Alright, well, I guess it's time to stop being lazy and clean off the rest of these tubes. So it's really just the areas at the end and around all the tough stuff. So I'm going to try and get as much of the paint off as I can, clean it up, and then we'll rough it up with some sandpaper and start coating. We're going to do some chassis saver. We're going to do some chassis saver. I picked the silver aluminum because I figured that's a better rust inhibitor. And then I guess we'll top coat it with some paint. Hopefully that lasts. Alright, so unless you have like a billion batteries to go through, it's going to be much better to go with power. Good old wired grinder. So I did all this bullshit, and it's looking alright, but I'm really getting tired of this. This is the worst part of the job. I absolutely hate any kind of prep work like this. Sanders can go to hell. I should really go get a freaking sandblaster. Anyway, now it's flat this time. We're just gonna gently polish up the surface, make it a little rougher so that our chassis saver can stick better. Oh my god, this takes so long. Alright, so now we flap disc the tubes and the shock mounts and the top of the truss. So I guess I'm going to try my luck with some sandpaper because I love punishing myself. Man, really wondering how well the sandblaster would work. We big boys now. Sandblaster, 100-pound bag of fine quartz sand. Shit fucking hurts when it bounces back at you, but damn does it look good. Oh, is he supposed to say to hold on? No. Why is it coming out like that?
Wait, don't be shaking this thing around. Yeah. You ran out.
Fuck the funnel, this shit takes too long.
He ran out not long after starting. Alright, we're starting to spill shit ton.
Alright. You wanna see how that goes?
Will you put that lid on, blow that off?
I was about to.
Yeah. Ain't she pretty, aye?
Alright,
Not
mate.
bad. Boy, probably use 3/4 of the bag. She looks nice, aye? Gorgeous. Fucking sand everywhere, Jesus Christ. Alright, well here she is after she's sandblasted. Gave it a quick scuff with a Brillo pad. Hosed it down to get all the dirty stuff off. Doesn't look half bad. So hopefully that's good enough. We're going to try to blow dry this, air dry it, whatever, and give her some painty. Alrighty, welcome to the new paint booth. So we got this thing all cleaned up, sprayed it down, sanded it real quick, and then washed it down again. So we're going to hit this thing with the heat gun and see if we can't dry this up a little better. We got the little heater running over there to try to warm this up. It's going to get cold tonight. But I need to put some paint down. So if you notice already, the diff's starting to turn like an orange color. It's kind of neat. That's okay, because the chassis saver sticks to rust just fine. If anything, it sounds like it's preferred. So no problems there. I'm probably going to mask this off so that way we have a good sealing surface. It's nice, it's got a wonderful brown sheen to it. Beginning to rust. But we're going to stop her right in her tracks. So, our primer protective layer of choice is going to be Chasse Cheval. This is the silver aluminum variety. So this has got aluminum flake in it, and supposedly it's the best for corrosion inhibiting and all that business. And we're going to top coat it with like a POR top coat. It was either going to be that or the Rust-Oleum Hammered, because I've heard really good things about that. So for this, we're just going to brush it on. Got two different brushes over here. I guess we're just going to put some in a little... that is going to be a tiny cup, eh? Feck. I'll figure something out. But we're going to pop the top on this guy. We're going to brush her on. The interesting stuff about this is it's a moisture cure. So it's okay and actually preferable if it's moist out and, you know, get the moisture going. But the surface can't be wet or otherwise it starts bubbling and all kinds of weird stuff. But yeah, it's okay to be moist. Just stay moist, my friends. Gloves and mask for safety. And we're obviously going to turn that guy off so we don't go kaplooey. Alright. Get your little channel locks to pop this guy off. Like so. Oh yeah, yummy. Now, something you got to remember, this stuff, it says that it'll actually glue itself to the inside of the can. Like the lid will glue itself to the can. So, you got to make sure that you have some saran wrap laying around so that when you put the lid back on, you use this so you can open it later. We're going to mix it up, put it in here, I'm going to start slathering it on. To tell you not to shake this stuff, because I guess air bubbles are bad, okay? Make sure we get all the stuff off the bottom, no more chunks anywhere. Make sure she's good to go. I might leave the door open a crack so we got some ventilation. Gonna need more than just this little mask. Alright, so you better hope that everything you care about in the immediate area is out of the way and free from the Silver Doom. So you did go on there, slap it on down, and come, yeah. So we're gonna try and get this on, real nice light coat. Get it all up in there. This stuff goes for miles, so... Shit, I forgot to tape that. Oh well. I'm only going to show you this because I don't want to get my phone all silvery. But yeah, this stuff, it just keeps going. Like honestly, you'll be surprised how long you can go for. I probably already poured way too much out. Holy crap. Learning experience myself. But yeah, just gonna get this all over the place. And we got a tinier brush in case we got to get into anything a little tighter. Holy crap, this stuff goes for miles. Jesus. It's like putting on sunblock. You put way too much on in one area. You look like Frosty the Snowman on your leg. You got to spread it all out. Yep, that's what we're doing here. No more sunburn for Mr. 44. Alright, enjoy your sneak peek. She's gonna be silver after this, boy. Yeah! Well, look at that. The Tin Can Man is in town. Looky there. So we got everything, and I forget exactly how much I put in there, but I basically used most of it. Just a little bit that was left in there. You don't dump that back in the can, that would be very bad. So yeah, I got every single angular that I could possibly get to. And she's just sitting on the tiniest little corner right there, so that she can dry. So this motherfucker's got to sit here for like 3 hours. Ugh. It's gonna be a late night. Alright, so once this dries, we're gonna give her a second coat, and we'll let her chill. I'm thinking about coming in maybe an hour or two, and give her like a real fine mist of water. Hell, I might even do that after like a half hour or an hour. I know with the Monster Liner that helped quite a lot, because you're supposed to spritz it down because that's what helps it dry. You don't want to go too heavy, you know, just a nice moistury mist. Alright. And if you want to actually use your brush next time, clean it. I just sprayed a bunch of brake clean, and it seemed to get most crap out of it, so I think that'll work for round 2. That would be a good time to paint other things too. You got bumpers or sliders or other things that need a lot of chassis save out, or just anything you're trying to prevent rust upon. That would be a good time to do it. Alright, so here we are, an hour later. So we're going to give this just a nice, easy misting with some wonderful H2O. Try not to have any pools or anything, just real light. And that should help it cure just a little better. Alright, so now we're at the 3 hour mark. She is dry to the touch. Everything feels okay. No problemos there. After about 2 hours, I turn the heat back on just to warm this up, because it's about 50 degrees out, and they say it shouldn't like really get below 50. So it's still pretty cold. Probably didn't help much, but whatever. Worth a shot. Okay, I guess it's time for round 2. So we're gonna slather that on, and yeah, then I guess we'll let it sit for a while. Do the black stuff in the morning. So now we can just touch up all the little spots we missed before, and really get a good coat for the second and final. Alright, fill her up. Okay, coat number 2 is down. So that one I went a little thicker, so I went a little bit above that line. Still got a fair amount left, over half. So I guess we'll save that for some other time. And notice the sticker says December 19th. Wait, what? Oh, okay, I guess that was made. Never mind. Alrighty. Looking pretty good. So I went through and flipped it over and did the one side, then flipped it, then, you know, did the other. And then at the very end, once it's sitting at its final resting place, I'll take the brush and look for any drips, and just brush it around until we don't have any more runny streaks. So she's looking pretty good now. Okay, I guess we'll just let that sit overnight. I'll come back in a couple hours and mist it. Might even turn the heat on for a little bit. We'll see. Alright, it's beautiful out. And I gotta wait on stuff for the gears, so time for step 2. Some black, baby. Yeah. Okay, so I wanted to originally try the whole POR 15 system, but it's a little too expensive. You know, $58 for a quart versus $40. Eh. But we will try their top coat, direct to metal, rust preventative paint. So this stuff should be top coated because it's not UV stable. It'll still be strong, it'll just fade. You won't notice it with the gray, but it's recommended. So, besides, I like black anyway. So we're gonna do 2 coats of this, okay? See? we're going to rough it up because it's been a day or two or something like that. So rough it up, wipe it up, paint it up. Be done with it. Okay, there she is. A lot blacker. So this stuff goes on thick. It's hard to get a real thin coat because you always want it to be kind of thin for the first coat, but it was kind of either you didn't get anything on it or you got too much on it. So, well, you know. Yeah. Otherwise, you know, not terrible. You can definitely see all the crap that shows right through from that silver. So yeah, all that uneven surface finish and all that stuff, she comes right out. Whatever. It's an axle. Screw it. Alright, we're going to let this sit for an hour, come back, give her a round 2. Right? Here we are an hour later. Looking pretty good. Not bad. Definitely going to give her one more coat. Make sure she's all good to go. Nice. Okay, so here she is at second coat. Hopefully phone doesn't die. Now she's looking a little sleeker, a little nicer, so I went a little wetter this one. For sure. She's looking good. So we'll let that dry. See how she looks in the morning. Yeah, buddy. And in case you're curious, it feels like we've gone through half to 2/3 of the can. Not a ton left. And that is 14 ounces. Alright, of course, asshole Rain decided it was going to come in for a little bit, so brought it into the paint shop to let it dry. And it looks really good. I'm impressed. Came out nice and glossy. Real clean. And, you know, even though this side had a little rain to it, little drizzles, still looks nice. Looks real good. Look at that, huh? I dig. I like. There's a piece of bird poop on it, though. How the hell would a bird come in here just to crap on my axle? I'm like an asshole. Nice. Alright. Well, I think that should do it for coatings. She's looking real good. So I guess that POR stuff ain't too bad. Just gotta let it dry. That's all. Purdy. I think she'll stand up to some abuse. Okay, so quick paint tip. If you don't want to sit here and tap out all these frickin' threads, maybe you should tape them over before you paint. I mean, I was, you know, figuring I was going to do this anyway, but when you actually start doing it, you realize it's fucking annoying. Second off, that POR top coat stuff, that POR 15 top coat stuff, sucks balls. We were cleaning out the inner axle tube seals, and we were using like Simple Green and like some other degreaser. We used a little bit of brake clean, but not much, inside the tubes, and some of it like kind of dripped around, but like the paint's like coming off in your hands and stuff like that, just touching it, just touching like other parts we haven't even sprayed. It's like, the hell? This thing has had 2 or 3, probably 3 or more days to dry. So, the hell? Really? The amount of money you're paying for it kind of sucks. Rather have some kind of like 2-part, like 2K primer or 2K enamel. That would really be the bang for your buck. I don't know. See about the long term, but short term, I'm not too impressed with that POR shit. But Chassis Saver, as usual, doing its job. Staying there forever. Dude, it's been over a week. I still got shit on my arms. It never comes off.